entire career, and when the lights are bright, and in particular when it's in Las Vegas, you and I saw him drop 43 last year against St. Mary's on this same night, on this same stage. I look for him to understand and seize the moment that this could be his final game wearing that Waves uniform. How hard is he going to play? How much is he going to impact this game? I think it's going to be immense.
You know, our first quarterfinal game, LMU St. Mary's, we knew two teams that don't like to play fast, don't have a lot of outside shooting. This game almost the opposite. These teams want to run. They've been playing very well on the offensive end, so we expect a different game stylistically as the Waves have the ball first. Good look, but a miss, and the rebound. Willie Caruso grabbed the rebound and fell on top of a Pepperdine player. Here come the Broncos, and another good look at the rim. So, action-packed first 30 seconds, but no points.
I like the activity. I mean, the pace of the game already has a distinctly different feel from that than which we saw in the first quarterfinal game. I think there's a little bit of an advantage early, Dave, for the team that has already played, because they have a little bit better feel and a little bit better rhythm inside the arena. And that would, of course, be Santa Clara.
Yeah, they've had to play twice already in this WCC tournament. First round and second round. A high arcing three from the right side goes down for Pepperdine. And now a quick stoppage. Did Josip Brankic, who is one of the real stars for Santa Clara. I don't know if he got poked in the eye or what. Herb Sendek, fifth year as the head coach.
Dave, I'm just excited to be here working with you. I mean, this is just so much fun. This is the time of year where it just matters a little bit more, right? I mean, Champ Week, everybody gets dialed in. The expectation level as far as what's happening as we move closer and closer to the NCAA tournament. We saw Belmont, by the way, lose tonight to Morehead State. Casey Alexander's team at Belmont had such a great run all season long. He won a large bid. I looked at Joe Lenardi's email. I'm sure there's one in my box. I'll look at it after the game. Maybe at halftime.
Maybe. Brankic, there was something going on with his hand. That was the delay. So he got bandaged up and knocks down the jumper.
What a game he had last night. He had 10 of 13 shooting from the field. I mean, just a sensational effort. He had 16 points in the first half of that game against Pacific.
Well, there's Colby Ross with his first bucket. And look out, Colby Ross, we saw it firsthand last year in this quarterfinal round. He and Jordan Ford had literally the all-time greatest duel. Two players in the history of WCC basketball. Each went for more than 40. Brankic steps threw a shot up, and it goes off the glass.
You might want to think about bringing a double team on him, because he has really played with such a high degree of confidence.
You know, he only played 10 minutes in the first round game against Portland. He had 5 fouls, played 10 minutes, stepping into the jumper. Kessler Edwards hits it, and Pepperdine goes back ahead. Already a totally different feel to this game than our first quarterfinal of the night.
Dave, it was 2-0 over 5 minutes into the game. This is much different.
It ain't going to be 52-47 tonight in this one, I can tell you that. Out of bounds off of Brankic, so Pepperdine will get the ball back. There's the head coach of the Waves. You get two guys who have a long history at the highest levels of college basketball. Herb Sendek for Santa Clara, Lorenzo Romar, who's rebuilding the Pepperdine program. Got a very talented team. There's a whistle away from the ball and a foul against Santa Clara. Jalen Williams got whistled. What'd he do? Oh, just that.
That might not be legal, Dave. I can
Williams.
confirm that would be labeled a correct call by the officiating crew.
And now Williams comes up lame. I don't know if he pulled a hamstring or turned an ankle or what. He left Ross wide open, and I was wondering why. He's hurt. That's not good news for Santa Clara, because he's been playing really well.
I don't know. The 2 games of the West Coast Conference Tournament, averaging 16 points, 5 rebounds, 4 assists. That's need contact.
Yeah.
seen a lot of knee-to-knee contact in this. Remember the first game, Markuson got kneed in the shin and ended up bleeding all over the floor for LMU.
I missed like 10 minutes of game action because it took so long to get him stitched up to stop the bleeding. That was a pretty good pass, and Caruso just wasn't ready for it. Colby Ross playing with a lot of intensity in the early minutes.
It's just purpose with play. I mean, purpose, pace, and play. Colby Ross understands. You know, a lot of people, they're going to close out hard to the three-point line. He understands that, goes right by him and gets that little floater.
Christian Carlisle, the grad transfer from Florida Gulf Coast, who's coming off a nice game for the Broncos in their second-round win. Over the top, and that one goes out of bounds. So a bad pass, and Victor Ohia Obioha kind of got tied up. It's a Pepperdine turnover. He comes out, and it is good news for Pepperdine. Kenna Chukwuka, who's missed a bunch of games here down the stretch, is playing tonight, and he comes in these first 4 minutes off the bench for Pepperdine. Guy started a lot of games for Lorenzo Romar and started games in the ACC at Pitt. Willie Caruso, runner, too strong. You can hear Lorenzo Romar in the arena with no fans. Grab the ball. Just a simple instruction. One dribble, three, no good. Carlisle again on the move. He's been really aggressive in these last couple games. Draws the foul. And that takes us to our first timeout. Well, we've already mentioned it, but we're going to revisit a night to remember for the Pepperdine Star from last year in Las Vegas when we come back.
But you know that there are consequences for what you do.
Doctor? Race yourselves free. Whoa.
I'm gonna find out who did this.
You promise you won't do anything crazy?
You know I can't do that.
There's a reason why healthcare businesses come to Spectrum Reach when they need advertising that works. Because we uniquely combine the power and precision of TV plus streaming to deliver results for businesses of all sizes. That's how your business can reach anyone, anywhere, on any screen. Spectrum Reach is the most trusted media partner in America, and our local advertising experts are here to help grow your business. Go to SpectrumReach.com today and let us show you around the neighborhood.
Dave Fleming and Sean Farnham. Late night WCC last year in this round, Sean. Colby Ross against St. Mary's put on an absolute show.
One of the best games I've ever covered in college, covering the sport for 20 years. Colby Ross finished with 43. Jordan Ford was sensational in that game for St. Mary's. You and I, there were fans there. We were wearing green polo shirts, and it was a spectacular evening inside Las Vegas, inside the Orleans Arena. Colby Ross, you see where he is on the scoring leaders mark all season long, 18 points per game. Just a tremendous talent, and he will go down as one of the all-time greats at Pepperdine.
At Pepperdine in this conference, he will be in the WCC Hall of Fame someday, based on his career. Just been remarkable.
Well, and the thing about it, Dave, is if this program takes off and it continues to ascend, a lot of that will do because when Lorenzo Romar goes out and recruits players, he's going to say, hey, I'm going to let you play like Colby Ross. You can come to Pepperdine and be like Colby Ross.
Well, he hits that three to put Pepperdine up by 4. He's already got 7, so I'm not saying it's going to be 43 again tonight, but he's on his way to a monster performance again. Frankic, 3, off the iron.
Dave, you know what my pregame prediction was. We don't need to tell anybody that, but if he gets there, we'll then let everybody know.
We will. And another transition bucket for the Waves.
In transition, their ability to score. Colby Ross gets the ball in his hands. He throws ahead. It's not just scoring. It's finding his teammates and finding them in rhythm.
At Spectrum, we think smart technology could be smarter. So the Spectrum mobile app watches your data for you and lets you switch between plans so saving is easy.
There's a reason why healthcare businesses come to Spectrum Reach when they need advertising that works. Because we uniquely combine the power and precision of TV plus streaming to deliver results for businesses of all sizes. That's how your business can reach anyone, anywhere, on any screen. Spectrum Reach is the most trusted media partner in America, and our local advertising experts are here to help grow your business. Go to SpectrumReach.com today and let us show you around the neighborhood.
Already some brilliance from the great Colby Ross. 7 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. We played 5 minutes of hoops. 14-8 Pepperdine. Santa Clara already's had to call a timeout. The good news for them that Jalen Williams is back in the game after a knee collision. Took him out for a couple minutes.
Colby Ross has either scored or assisted on all but one of the made field goals for Pepperdine in this game so far. That's how valuable
Mitchell.
and how important he is. Yeah,
he is off the bench. Santa Clara, neither of these teams want to go too deep into their bench, but they do have some offensive weapons that come off the bench on both sides. Ross looked like he almost got held. Over the top, skip pass. Found Smith. And now the shot clock winding down. We know who's taking this one. Ross, 3, too strong. Jan Zedek almost grabbed the offensive rebound. He's been playing well, just a sophomore.
He's been playing much better. And the thing about too, Dave, we're talking a lot about Colby Ross, and Colby Ross deserves a ton of attention for everything that he has meant. But you watch the Santa Clara team, and you have to kind of think back on how this season's gone. They only played 9 conference games. They were very limited and were unable to play on their home venue until the middle of February. I mean, Herb Sendek's team, in the way they played the last 2 nights, this is a very different team than what we've seen over the course of the season, like a team that lost to San Diego. This Santa Clara team doesn't have that feel, doesn't have that look about them right now. And you wonder and you think, what could have happened if they would have had a full season and didn't have the disruptions that they had?
Yep, totally agree. And when you look at the bottom line on that sort of season recap, won 3 of their last 4 games. The one they lost, they had a 10-point lead against Gonzaga and really played the Zags about as tough as anybody did all year in conference play. So even that one loss down the stretch, I thought was a really impressive performance overall. Polk pulls up for the jumper, no good, but the rebound caroms right off of DJ Mitchell out of bounds. Pepperdine keeps it.
I think that's the tough part about this season. That's why I think it's innovative the way that the West Coast Conference did the seeding. It was based on strength of schedule. Ken Palm using that. That's why we saw the 3-seed St. Mary's with a losing record in conference play still in that line. The 4-seed rather, excuse me.
Yeah, St. Mary's by the metrics played easily the toughest conference schedule, and that ended up being the differentiator. Pass, it was deflected. Then essentially stolen away. Whether Ross gets credit for the steal or not, it's out of bounds Pepperdine ball.
I feel for all these seniors, Dave. You and I have talked about it down the stretch this season. I really think these seniors should come back to campus next year in the first game and have senior night the first game of next year. Can you imagine what senior night would be for Colby Ross at Pepperdine? What he's meant to that program. To feel the love and the admiration from his friends, his family, to be able to be there, support him, the student section, to be able to come out and support him. I think we need that across college basketball. I remember my senior night and how special it was and how I felt hearing the announcer go through all the list of everything, the record of the team and the successes and all that stuff, and then hear the admiration my parents announced as I walked out on the floor at Pauley Pavilion.
That's a blocking foul against Pepperdine. Lorenzo Romar just ran a wind sprint up and down the sideline.
Coach showing some athleticism there. Quick
He's
twitch
still got some
muscles on the
moves.
sideline for Lorenzo.
Watch Lorenzo Romar over there on the right side after this is called a blocking foul. Shades of the playing
that
days.
call is so often we've seen that go the other way. You know, when the offensive player dips the shoulder, we see it go that way.
Just to finish up on your point, I mean, Pepperdine's had a lot of great players in their history, but I could make a pretty good argument that Colby Ross is the greatest player in Pepperdine basketball history, and he did not get a true senior night send-off. That was a jump ball. Good defense there by the Broncos getting a hand on the basketball.
Yeah, Dave, you think about the Doug Christies of the world. You know, I go back to when I was an assistant there. Brandon Armstrong had a great career as well. Helped lead them over Bob Knight in Indiana in the 2000 NCAA tournament. Was a prolific scorer. Poley is another great, all-time great when you think about greats at Pepperdine. But Colby Ross deserves to be mentioned and celebrated in that likeness.
Shot clock at 10. Nice dish. Caruso lays it in from Carlisle. And Santa Clara has gone on a run here to tie the game.
And what we have here is a rhythm to the offense, a rhythm and flow to the game that we did not have in the first game. And I think Santa Clara has done an excellent job in the early stages, limiting offensive putback, second chance points, getting a rebound, looking to be aggressive and assertive, attacking Pepperdine. Remember, they won the first matchup and the only matchup between these two teams that they played this season.
They did. It was a high-scoring game. It was a very competitive game, but ultimately Santa Clara got the win. Colby Ross not on the floor. Kessler Edwards, you figure, would be the number one offensive option in that case, but he came up way short. Right side three is good from Keyshawn Justice, another Santa Clara player who down the stretch has been shooting the ball well, playing well.
Think about this. In Vegas, he was 7 of 12 in the first two games from beyond the arc, 58% in those two games. Get your feet set, and awareness-wise, scouting report, that was far too wide open and uncontested on this last possession.
Altman missed a three. Here comes Santa Clara right down on this end again. That move by DJ Mitchell forces a Pepperdine timeout.
Right now, what the conversation can be like for Lorenzo Romar's guys, what are we doing? We are allowing the execution of Santa Clara to just tear us apart. You watch the ball, you lose sight of your man. Justice finds the three-point shot, and then one-on-one in the post. Feel the defensive player, be assertive, be aggressive. Santa Clara looking good.
But you know that there are consequences for what you do.
Doctor? Race yourselves free.
Whoa. I'm gonna find out who did this.
You promise you won't do anything crazy.
You know I can't do that.
There's a reason why healthcare businesses come to Spectrum Reach when they need advertising that works. Because we uniquely combine the power and precision of TV plus streaming to deliver results for businesses of all sizes. That's how your business can reach anyone, anywhere, on any screen. Spectrum Reach is the most trusted media partner in America, and our local advertising experts are here to help grow your business. Go to SpectrumReach.com today and let us show you around the neighborhood.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by SoFi. Get your money right. From Las Vegas, the site of the WCC tournament. Every year, one of the most entertaining tournaments during Champ Week. And this is the quarterfinal game. Santa Clara Pepperdine. The winner will take on BYU, the 2 seed, in the semifinals on Monday. All right, here's our latest update. Bracketology, Sean. What stands out?
Well, it's chaos in the Mountain West Conference. You see the last 4 in, you see Colorado State, Boise State, and then the first 4 out, the number 1 team right there is Utah State, which means that tournament that's going to be coming to Vegas a little bit later on this week is going to be absolutely wild. Another team in the West Coast is playing really well right now, San Diego State. What you don't see anywhere listed there is the name Duke. And after tonight's loss to North Carolina, it is a win the ACC tournament or not in the NCAA tournament, I think, for the Duke Blue Devils.
I mean, that's got to be the worst performance, or one of them, in a long time for the Duke Blue Devils, especially considering the stage, a rivalry game, and that streak is definitely on the line. Gonzaga, 21 years in a row, Michigan State, that's not a sure thing, that's for sure. Kansas is going to be in, but Duke's 24 NCAA tournament appearances in a row is in big-time jeopardy.
It's just remarkable the consistency you see in those programs and how they're year in and year out. 2 fouls for Jalen Williams. That loses a great offensive weapon, and in particular a defensive weapon too for Santa Clara.
Yep, that's a big foul call. Kessler Edwards, meanwhile, the blow-by with the left hand off the glass.
Spent a lot of time talking about Colby Ross. Kessler Edwards has had himself a career as well. And that's why when you look at Pepperdine, you see the talent that this roster has. You want to see sometimes a little bit better consistency, because those 2 players in particular are going to be playing professional basketball, making money.
Vrancic, that looked to me like a savvy play by the veteran Colby Ross. He knew Vrancic was right on his back, so he just stopped and let Vrancic run him over. That's a foul call against Santa Clara Star.
And it's like Top Gun. We're going to hit the brakes, and you're not going to fly by. You're going to run right into me. And when you do, that's going to be a foul on you. And that's just a veteran play by Colby Ross. Top Gun 2, by the way, was scheduled to come out over the summer. Still has not come out. We're hoping that happens too. Coming to America 2 is out. I watched it. Very entertaining.
And okay,
I like it.
That's our movie review for the night, folks.
Just saying.
Is that a recommendation?
It is a recommendation.
Okay.
Look, it's never going to be as good as the first one. You know that going in. The original Coming to America was one of the great all-time comedy movies in the history for me. And so I had very low expectations for this one, because I didn't want it to ruin the first one. It certainly did not. I thought it was a very good plot line and storyline and a lot of good nostalgia in there.
Restaurant reviews in the second half. Vrancic, a little shot fake, and missed the shot, but an offensive rebound for Santa Clara.
I've got a couple places for you.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Guillermo Caruso, they call him Willie, and that's really what he prefers. He has stood out to me, Sean, these last couple nights watching Santa Clara. He's a very athletic 6'11" junior from Naples, Italy.
You talk about the 2 games in Vegas, 14 points, almost 7 rebounds per contest. He had some big games, 19 against Gonzaga. There's a lot to like about this Santa Clara team. There really is. I think for both these teams, you look at it and go, gosh, what would it have been like had you had all summer long and you didn't have to go through all the protocols and you didn't have the starts and stops and pauses of this college basketball season. There are certain teams that are built to sustain and be able to weather those. And then there's other programs where the disruption just becomes a little bit greater. And for the Santa Clara team, it wasn't just a COVID, testing and protocol, but it was, unable to play at home. Couldn't use your own locker room. I mean, you can't have the same film sessions. All those things kind of come into play. It's been a challenging year, and I'm just grateful we're back in this moment, and I'm grateful that we're going to have an NCAA tournament.
Yep. Vrancic had nowhere to go, turned it over, just decided, I'll get it back, but missed the shot. I'll let him play a little bit here these last few minutes. Pepperdine on the move. Colby Ross will go to the free throw line.
I am always a huge fan of being assertive and aggressive at the offensive end of the floor. I think sometimes we try to manage the game so much at the college level that we actually create a bogged down effect at the offensive end. And we create opportunities where guys are standing, they're not moving. I think when you get the ball, you always have to look to aggressively attack. And Colby Ross does a sensational job there drawing the foul. But even if he doesn't and he jump stops, Dave, what he does is he flattens out the defense, because the defense is always told, stay below the level of the ball, right? So as you flatten out that defense, now you kick it out. Now it's an accordion effect, and now the defense is chasing. And that's when you get a really good, strong possession.
Second free throw good, one of the best.
Go ahead, Dave, sorry.
I was just going to say he's one of the best free throw shooters in America. That's all.
What I was going to say is when you play against half-court defense, on every single possession, the quality of your shot drops dramatically.
Well, Lorenzo Romar especially preaches getting out in transition. But Herb Sendek, I mean, his offense, he's a great offensive coach. A lot of passing for Pepperdine, and ultimately couldn't get a shot off. Turned it over. Carlisle out in the open, scoops it in.
And again, in transition, being assertive, creating an opportunity to find an easy bucket.
He's a guy who seems to be playing his best basketball at the end of the year.
Yep.
Edwards, three. No, that was a good look. Keyshawn Justice. Ross almost took it away from him. Caruso, a little spin move. Beautiful.
How fluid was that?
Caruso helped out, cut off Ross, didn't let him get the layup off, but now he's got the matchup against the big guy. Ross shoots over top him. A little tap back for the offensive rebound. Here's Edwards' three. Good.
That was superb movement without the ball. Kessler Edwards threw it to Ross. Ross's awareness of where his teammate was going to move, shorten up that distance. The defense relaxed after Kessler Edwards gave up the ball. Easy three-point shot.
To the basket, and Brankic missed another one from close range. Ross on the move. Chukwuka, I think he traveled. He did.
And Dave's some great offense in the last couple of minutes in this game. Caruso driving down the middle. Watch the feel of where the defensive player is. Spinning away from the contact, able to finish to the rim. Offense with fluidity is brilliant. Watch the pass. Defense stands. Nobody reacts. Wide open, uncontested. 25-21. I love the scoring. Come on, Dave.
What is happening?
We were supposed to be there 20 minutes ago.
Honey, we need to know the directions first. What do you want me to do? It's not working.
All you gotta do is turn it off and turn it on again.
Ask someone for directions.
I don't have to ask somebody. I have a phone that talks to satellites and it comes back down.
You know what? I'm gonna call Leslie. Call Leslie?
Without the right connection, you've got nothing.
Open map app.
So Spectrum Mobile delivers the fastest overall speeds and most reliable service to keep you connected coast to coast.
There's a reason why retail businesses come to Spectrum Reach when they need advertising that works. Because we uniquely combine the power and precision of TV plus streaming to deliver results for businesses of all sizes. That's how your business can reach anyone, anywhere, on any screen. Spectrum Reach is the most trusted media partner in America, and our local advertising experts are here to help grow your business. Go to SpectrumReach.com today and let us show you around the neighborhood.
Back in Las Vegas, quarterfinal action of the WCC. Meanwhile, tomorrow, a great game in the Big 12 on a Sunday, 4 Eastern, regular season finale. Two top 20 teams, Texas Tech, Baylor. On ESPN, it'll stream live on the app. Sean Farnham, you're going to be doing the halftime, pregame, postgame, whatever, around that game. The net rankings show Gonzaga in the WCC #1, Baylor in that #2 slot.
At Michigan and Illinois, the Big Ten, what a battle it's been all season long. And the Colgate one is a little bit confusing to me. They're 11-1, and I'm not trying to take away anything from Colgate, but when you look at a list of all those teams, they kind of seem like they fit in the appropriate spot. Colgate is not going to be a 3 seed in the NCAA tournament. They won't be.
I mean, it does. You're not seeing it wrong. Colgate is actually in the top 10 of the official, current, up-to-date net rankings, and a lot of people have used that to sort of discredit what those rankings give us. I mean, I will say this. You go through the rest of the rankings, and most everything rings pretty true. Caruso, another good move by the big man.
They can't stop him right now. I mean, he's going right, and he's getting there, and he's getting to his spot and finishing up over the top. I think great scorers and good scorers, young players understand. Can you get to your spot and beat the defensive player there? If you can and you can elevate up, you're going to have a really high level of success.
Is that pretty or what from Kessler Edwards? He has come ready to play tonight.
He's got 9 already, tying Colby Ross. The two of them 18 of the 23 points. Dave, I want to go back to Caruso, though, on that last basket. You catch the ball. Watch this. You screen, you pop. Defense, notice where, and that's the smart thing, realize where the defense is coming from, right? The momentum of Kessler Edwards is moving to his right. So you rip through and you go to your right. If you go left, Kessler Edwards stays in front of you, you don't get to go anywhere. But because you watch where his body weight is going, you get to your right, you're able to finish. He does it once again.
Caruso again. Foul against Santa Clara. Broncos lead by 6. They fell behind early, had to call a timeout, and that guy's been a big reason why they have charged ahead.
10 points, 4 of 5 shooting.
Ross around that free throw line.
What Bill Walton would tell you about Caruso is he is right-handed, and he probably will maintain being right-handed the remainder of this game. So you may want to force him to get to his left.
Well, his moves have been in that direction, or you might want to not let him get down there, although he fumbled the ball away. I thought he was about to dunk it home. Here's Edwards in transition. No.
Great rhythm, though, to this game for both teams.
Jordan Williams lifted up and in and hits the floor hard.
Very difficult layup by Jordan Williams.
The attack on this end, and Altman just hung in the air. The defense went by. He answered the bucket for Pepperdine. A little too strong, but the long rebound went out to Jalen Williams. Williams will try from 3. Colby Ross draws another foul.
Davey, Jordan Williams, the last 4 games, averaging 11 points per contest. Watch this, the scoop underneath. Using the wrong hand, right? Usually you're going to go to your left, but because he scoops underneath with his right and goes off the wrong leg, it shortens up that distance, allows that ball to get off quicker prior to the defense's ability to block that shot. Excellent job.
Willie Caruso gets a much well-earned rest on the bench, at least for a moment. Colby Ross with Pepperdine now in the bonus. Hits the first free throw, earns a second. Zedek will come in, and Kessler Edwards will take a seat. 4:02 to go. 3-point lead for Santa Clara. First half, final quarterfinal game in this WCC tournament. And that second one is good as well. Daryl Polk sort of harassing Carlisle as he brings it up. Daryl Polk was actually high school teammates with Jordan Williams, the guy you were just talking about at Long Beach Poly.
Great program there.
Shot clock winding down. Carlisle, a long 2, tough shot, rebound Pepperdine. Chukwuka decides he wants to take a 3. No.
I think that's one you could turn down. I mean, I like the pace. I like where you're going. Probably one you could turn down because I think you can get that shot anytime.
How about the backdoor pass, but Justice missed the layup. Williams found him, and Justice couldn't finish. Here's Zedek, 3 right side. Nobody's making threes. Kessler Edwards has made a couple. That's a foul as John D. Smith draws the foul against Santa Clara. It's amazing we've had as much offense as we've had in this first half with the outside shots not going down. But Las Vegas, the site, as the quarterfinals in the WCC tournament roll on.
But you know that there are consequences for what you do.
Doctor? Race yourselves free.
Whoa. I'm gonna find out who did this.
You promise you won't do anything crazy.
You know I can't do that.
There's a reason why car dealers come to Spectrum Reach Automotive when they need advertising that works. Because we uniquely build awareness for your dealership with the power and precision of TV and streaming to deliver results. That's how your dealership can reach anyone, anywhere, on any screen. Spectrum Reach is the most trusted media partner in America, and our local advertising experts are here to help grow your market share. Go to spectrumreach.com/auto today and let us deliver buyers to your dealership.
3:04 to go, first half of this quarterfinal game. Santa Clara Pepperdine coming up on the Audi halftime report. A ticket punched in the OVC. Duke's tournament hopes are fading away after a dismal performance today against their rivals, the Tar Heels. Good job by Carolina in that one. That and much more coming up at halftime. We are in Las Vegas. Well, the players are at least. 31-29, Santa Clara with the 2-point lead over Pepperdine. And Willie Caruso has been a big spark for Santa Clara. Colby Ross, no shock that he'd be playing well. 13 points so far in the first half for Pepperdine.
And 4 of the team's 5 assists. So it's not just a one-dimensional type thing for him. His ability to facilitate and make those around him better.
One more free throw, and both go down for Smith, so that ties the game 31 apiece.
Dave, it was a year ago on this day that I actually hosted the Hall of Fame ceremony for the West Coast Conference. Allie Wagner, one of the all-time great women's soccer players at Santa Clara, was honored and put into the Hall of Fame. She does a great job in the broadcasting world as well with the U.S. women's national team. Such a rich tradition in women's soccer at Santa Clara. One of them you can talk about Brandy Chastain and obviously Allie Wagner and a host of others that have helped make that program so sensational. They've just got their season underway. Tim Ward at Pepperdine, the women's coach there, one of the best programs in the conference as well.
Frankic scooped it in. So back and forth we go, tied up at 33. Zedek rattled it home. Jan Zedek, whose dad was a great college player at UCLA, part of a national championship team, and young Jan playing well.
A great spacing of the floor that time on the drive. He vacated and moved away from the basket, got his feet set underneath him, and great job by Colby Ross to find him.
Shot clock winding down. Jalen Williams, a sophomore from Gilbert, Arizona, somehow got it to go. Good move.
How about that?
Shot making all over the place. Final minute plus here. Now an offensive foul. Ross was open for 3, but the charge before the pass got delivered. Good job by Christian Carlisle to take it.
You go back to that previous possession, though. 2 personal fouls, no concern. Aggressively attack, feet facing one direction. As long as you get your shoulders squared and your head and eyes on the ball, you give yourself a chance.
Daryl Polk he's helped Pepperdine's defense since he's come in. He's been a pest. It's been hard for Carlisle even to get the ball up the floor. But no matter for Santa Clara, they keep getting good looks around the rim. This time, though, no finish for Jalen Williams. Zedek, 3. Good! You could tell coming out of his hand. That one looked good.
How about this? He had a game where he made 8 threes versus San Diego. 8 in one game. 26 points, 8 threes. Unbelievable performance for him against USD.
Nearly a turnover. Caruso did finally lose it. Now they're going to call, I think, a foul against Caruso for falling on top of the Pepperdine player. And Willie wasn't real happy with that call.
A good job, though, by Zedek, positioning himself, not allowing Caruso just to drive to his right. I mean, that's what initiated the turnover in this instance, Dave, is, Zedek sit there on the sideline watching going, man, Caruso goes right every single time he catches the ball, and he finishes. Let's see if I take that away, what happens. And when he took it away, you create the loose ball. Now it's a scramble on the floor, an opportunity to maybe gain a possession, or, in this instance, get a foul called.
You think they're looking to see if there's anything flagrant about Caruso falling on top of the pile there? I don't know.
I don't think there's anything flagrant.
Well, I didn't think so either, but I'm assuming that's what this is.
Dave, what they're thinking is that we just want this game to keep rolling, and we want it to be as late as possible. Here's a slap against the floor. That's it. I mean, don't think you can call a flagrant against the hardwood in the Orleans Arena.
Okay, maybe it was after the play there. Caruso was yelling at Polk about shoving him, and so maybe they're looking for something that came after the play was over.
This is a great crew, though, on this game.
Mike Cypher's leading the way.
And by the way, when we were listing all-time greats at Pepperdine, we did leave off the Bird, and recently passed away, and obviously what an unbelievable career he had in Malibu as well.
Yeah, Bert Averett, I mean, you and I spotlighted him when we had a game from Malibu, Gonzaga, and Pepperdine earlier this year, and Lorenzo Romar told us first time he ever went to a game at Pepperdine, grew up in Los Angeles, drove up to Malibu to watch Pepperdine play because the Bird was his idol. That was the guy he grew up wanting to be like. And so great memories of a true all-time great, led the nation in scoring in his last year with Pepperdine.
Dave, here's a fun fact for you, too. We talk so much about San Diego and their lineage to have coaches become head coaches in the NBA.
Yeah.
Santa Clara had 2 at the start of the season. Steve
Nash is one of them.
Yep. And Lloyd Pierce, who was just recently let go by the Hawks, was also a Bronco. I mean, great lineage in the West Coast Conference of creating leaders in the game of basketball, whether it's San Diego or whether it's Santa Clara, and going on and becoming coaches. And that goes to the side as also the great players and the history of the great players that have played in this conference.
Well, there are a lot of them.
Casey Jones, Bill Russell's in San Francisco.
A league that embraces basketball. They love basketball. Timeout. We'll be back for the final 26 seconds right after this.
Hey, man, what you got there?
Hey, I switched to Spectrum Mobile, got a new phone. It's crazy. No contract, no added taxes, no hidden fees, nothing.
Bet it feels great to not have to hide stuff.
Yeah, I imagine it's pretty liberating.
I'm bald, Dave.
I haven't read any of the books in my house.
I didn't forget about your lawnmower. I broke it.
It's not even mine. I took it from Jake.
He's the worst.
It's better when you don't hide stuff. So Spectrum Mobile has no added taxes, no hidden fees, and no contracts. It's a better way to mobile. Spectrum Mobile.
There's a reason why car dealers come to Spectrum Reach Automotive when they need advertising that works. Because we uniquely build awareness for your dealership with the power and precision of TV and streaming to deliver results. That's how your dealership can reach anyone, anywhere, on any screen. Spectrum Reach is the most trusted media partner in America, and our local advertising experts are here to help grow your market share. Go to spectrumreach.com/auto today and let us deliver buyers to your dealership.
Fun game, 26.7 seconds to go first half. Herb Sendek, Santa Clara Broncos were up. Now they're back down again. Pepperdine on a little run here at the end of the half. 40-35. Santa Clara can get the final shot of the half. We'll see if they do.
Really well played first half, though, Dave. I think both teams have a ton that they feel really good about, but there's some things that you want to tighten up, in particular at the defensive end of the floor.
Carlisle double-teamed, had the ball swatted away. Pepperdine has it. With some time on the clock, the heave was over the backboard. No good, so the horn sounds, and the Waves will take a 5-point lead to the locker room, led by, as always, their senior point guard, Colby Ross.
A near double-double going to the break. It's his ability to score. It's his ability to make the game easy for his teammates. Colby Ross, a sensational first 20.
Half-timer to knock down some of those threes. Jan Zedek hit a couple big shots for the Waves in the final minutes of the first half, and Pepperdine will have the ball first. The winner will meet the second seed BYU in the semifinals on Monday night. Gonzaga St. Mary's already slated for one semifinal game. On Monday night from Las Vegas, Kessler Edwards baseline jumper goes down.
Love the high release on his shot. It's unstoppable. You can be playing good defense, you can contest it, but he's so long and athletic he can elevate up over the top and finish.
So he's got 11. Backdoor play. Carlisle got bumped, no whistle.
You look at this West Coast Conference, you mentioned BYU. They're a lock in the NCAA tournament. This is once again a multi-bid league as Kessler Edwards drops in another three-point shot. A great start for him in the second 20. But last year we were there, and it was three teams that were a guaranteed lock, and I think three teams that would have worn their home uniforms in the first week of the NCAA tournament. This year, BYU has a chance to wear their home uniform, and what a remarkable job Mark Pope has done considering all the pieces they lost a season ago to have the finish to the year that they've had and be able to put themselves in this position that they know they're in the NCAA tournament prior to even playing in Las Vegas.
Yeah, we'll talk a lot about BYU on Monday night and their remarkable story with all that they lost from last year's powerful team that took down the Zags late in the season. Will step-in jumper for Pepperdine. Not this time with the soft touch for Smith. Here comes Santa Clara, now down 10. The first minute of this second half not been favorable for the Broncos. Edwards took away that right hand from Caruso.
And Caruso doesn't want to go left at all. He does not want to go left at all. A great job by Kessler Edwards. Attention to detail. We talked about it in the first half. Is Caruso going right? He's dangerous. You take away the right, you force him to get outside of his comfort zone. He wanted to go right, but Edwards put himself in the great position. So not only offensively has Edwards impacted this game in the early stages of this second half, but defensively as well, as Caruso did earn a trip to the free throw line after he gave the ball up because he couldn't get to where he wanted to be.
And they gave him a shooting foul on that whistle, so he made the first, gets one more. First point of the second half for Santa Clara. Broncos have already won 2 games in this tournament. They had to play in the first round. And then in the second round, Santa Clara with a game where they were up huge against Pacific, sort of held on for dear life down the stretch to hold off Damon Stoudemire's team. Here's Colby Ross, 3, left side, no. Caruso, well, what are they calling?
I think there's some discussion going on who the ball's on. Considering you were right there. You are right there in San Francisco. I'm in Connecticut right now, so not really clear who that went off of.
No, and there was one official wanted to call a foul. The other official wanted to say out of bounds. And ultimately, they give the ball to Pepperdine, Santa Clara, rather, and a lay-in for Jalen Williams. That was a big sequence there.
Jalen Williams has had a very good game on the glass. He has 6 rebounds. get him going offensively would be really key and beneficial to Santa Clara here in the second half.
Here's Ross, passed up the three, finds his teammate Altman's three, in and out. But Edwards right there had his shot blocked. Obioha was fouled by Caruso. Pepperdine hitting the offensive glass.
Didn't have a lot of opportunities in the first half for offensive rebounds and putbacks. 2 offensive rebounds on that possession. This Pepperdine team has some talent to them.
Yeah, they do. I mean, Victor's a good athlete down low. Not a real skilled offensive player, but he moves. He can block some shots.
Alfonso Ellis checking in. Told me he really likes Kessler Edwards, and there's a lot to like about Alphonse. It's that time of year. We as basketball analysts, we don't sleep in this week. We sleep, that's after the Final Four in the national championship. My man Fonz, back at the hotel, worked all day, dialed into the WCC.
Here's a three left side. That one in and out, no good for Keyshawn Justice. Yeah, Kessler Edwards, man. The release, the shooting touch for a big guy, that's pretty rare. Colby Ross, little runner, no.
He's quieted down a little bit here at the start of the second half.
He has. Looked prime for a monster game. 4 of 10 from the field. There's a whistle and a foul against John D. Smith.
And you remember, go back to the first game, and I'm sure Herb Sendek was talking to his guys about this at halftime, saying, fellas, what helped us be successful the first time we played against Pepperdine? We were the aggressor. We were the ones that initiated the contact, and we got the whistle. Pepperdine had 28 fouls in their first meeting this season. And what they do now is, okay, so you get a couple fouls early called on you. There's 3 fouls already called on Pepperdine. You start to innately become a little bit less aggressive at the defensive end of the floor, and you allow rhythm shots like that one that we just saw.
Yeah, from Caruso. And John D. Smith, by the way, he's got 4 personals. So he's on the bench. Polk, a rare 3, hits it. Maybe he should shoot more.
Great find by Colby Ross.
Here goes Carlisle, kind of careening in, draws the foul.
Colby Ross gets to the logo, stops, one hand, understands where his teammates are, flips it out there with the left. Beautiful distribution of the basketball.
8 assists for Colby Ross. So all the points, well over 2,000 points in his career. All-time Pepperdine scoring leader, but all-time assist leader as well. And one of the great assist makers in the history of the West Coast Conference right there. 1 of 2 free throws.
This, Dave. To your point, just one of 3 players in the history of Division I basketball to accumulate 2,100 points, 800 assists, and 400 rebounds. Gary Payton being one of them from Oregon State, and Chris Thomas from Notre Dame the other.
Pretty impressive company. Edwards gave it up. Ross, floater, good.
Just under control at all times. You rarely see Colby Ross feel like he's playing out of control or being sped up by the defense. And it's one of the keys of any great guard is understanding how to, you dictate the tempo, you dictate the flow of the game.
Well, Jan Zidek made Caruso shoot with his left hand, and he couldn't finish. Ross draws another foul. Good little hesitation there from Colby Ross.
The joy and the smile on Colby Ross's face. It starts with an assist, and then all of a sudden it starts offensively. You cheat, and you give him that seam. He's got the touch in the paint to finish. He'll be at the free throw line when we return.
What is happening?
We were supposed to be there 20 minutes ago.
Honey, we need to know the directions first. What do you want me to do? It's not working.
All you gotta do is turn it off and turn it on again.
Ask someone for directions.
I don't have to ask somebody. I have a phone that talks to satellites and it comes back down.
You know what? I'm gonna call Leslie. Call Leslie?
Without the right connection, you've got nothing.
Open map app.
So Spectrum Mobile delivers the fastest overall speeds and most reliable service to keep you connected coast to coast.
There's a reason why healthcare businesses come to Spectrum Reach when they need advertising that works. Because we uniquely combine the power and precision of TV plus streaming to deliver results for businesses of all sizes. That's how your business can reach anyone, anywhere, on any screen. Spectrum Reach is the most trusted media partner in America, and our local advertising experts are here to help grow your business. Go to SpectrumReach.com today and let us show you around the neighborhood.
All right, this is our second quarterfinal game of the night in Las Vegas. The first game was St. Mary's against LMU, and although offense wasn't plentiful, number 0 for the Gales, Logan Johnson, really had a heck of a game.
He was sensational. Just the ability to be aggressive, attack in a game that was stagnant, had no rhythm, no flow whatsoever. Logan Johnson was the heartbeat for the Gales.
Those 4 highlights we showed you. Every made basket from that game right there. Okay, not literally, but it sure felt like it at times. 52-47. Logan Johnson had 25 at the end of the game. And his Gales will take on their rivals. No 2 programs, you could argue, I mean, Duke, Carolina, some others, but there might not be 2 programs that know each other more than Mark Few's Gonzaga Bulldogs, Randy Bennett, St. Mary's Gales, and they'll meet again in the WCC tournament semifinals on Monday night on ESPN. Renzo Romar studying the box score.
He's going, Kobe Ross is really good. And that's a significant point for Kobe Ross in WCC tournament history. That made free throw right there just broke a tie with Hank Gathers as the all-time leading scorer in WCC tournament history. Just another accomplishment for Kobe Ross.
I mean, for a guy who has not won a W, his team, it's not like they've made a deep run every single year he's been there. Piled up game after game. Really impressive. Wow, what a floater there from Jalen Williams with some contact. The lead for Pepperdine is 8 with under 15 to go. Edwards, one dribble, missed the 3. Polk, though, hustled, and I guess Jordan Williams got turned around. I don't know what happened there, but Gerald Polk, the littlest guy on the floor, ended up with the ball.
When you get caught watching the ball ever so slightly, get out of position, then you turn back, and that hesitation, you use speed, quickness, and agility to get around and create another opportunity to gain a possession for your team.
Jordan Williams now has 4 fouls, but Herb Zendek has not taken him out of the game. He stays on the floor. He almost got foul number 5 right there. DJ Mitchell off the glass. He'll shoot free throws.
You want to force the offensive player to go away from their strong hand. Too frequently tonight, Pepperdine has allowed the drive to go to the strong hand. By the way, Dave, I want to point this out because this was sent to me by Santa Clara Women's Soccer. Jerry Smith, their head coach, picked up win number 499 today and would become the 3rd women's soccer coach with 500 Division I wins with his next one. Tremendous program.
Congratulations. In and out, 1 of 2 free throws for DJ Mitchell. Long way to go in this one. Pepperdine, Zedek, 3, in and out. And now Edwards goes over the back, commits the foul.
You got to be careful here. Dave, look at the time on the clock. There's just under 14 minutes, already 5 fouls racked up. Like 6 fouls, racked up against Pepperdine. Next one puts Santa Clara in the bonus and allows them to stop the clock, manufacture points at the free throw line. Again, if you're Santa Clara, it's what we talked about coming out of the half. You want to continue to attack and get a piece of the paint every single possession.
Santa Clara hasn't been a great free throw shooting team this year, but still, you give them all those opportunities, that's going to be a lot of points. Carlisle was open for 3.
Well, again, it's not just the impact of getting to the free throw line, Dave. It lessens your aggressiveness in which you play it at both ends of the floor. You're worried about charges. You're thinking in your head as you get in foul trouble.
Santa Clara needs more from this guy, Josip Vrankic, who got off to a real quick start and has been super quiet since the early minutes. And I guess you give Pepperdine some credit, they have shut him down. Vrankic is an all-WCC player, averages better than 15 points a game. He had, I think, 6 in the first minute and a half, and he's got 2 since then. That one goes down for Pepperdine. In and out off of Pepperdine. That's the guy we're talking about. The senior from Toronto, Canada, 2 times all WCC player, 4-year starter. At 24, monster game in the second round last night for Santa Clara. Edwards passed up the transition 3 to get that shot.
I love that. I love that because analytics would tell you what, Dave? Take the 3, right?
Take the 3, yeah.
Instead, he gets to a spot, he elevates up and finishes with perfection. Beautiful job turning down one to get to a shot that you know you're going to hit 60% of the time.
Vrankic got fouled that time. This is the play you're talking about.
You look at the NBA and we talk about Kevin Durant is such a great scorer of the basketball. He really dominates a couple of quadrants, in particular to the right and left of the elbow area. Look at that little shot fake, stop, get your feet set underneath you, great balance, elevate up over the top and knock it down. I'll take that shot all day long if I'm Lorenzo Romar. Too much, I'm in on analytics. Don't get me wrong. I mean, Todd Golden does a tremendous job with analytics at San Francisco. A lot of teams are playing analytics. Here's what I think are great analytics. Makeable shots that you are confident you can make and take and make. And Kessler Edwards did both on that last possession.
Super hard-working play by Caruso there after Vrankic missed the free throw. Pepperdine's committed 7 fouls. Santa Clara is in the bonus for the final 12 minutes of this game. Caruso bailed out Vrankic. Here's Ross. Good. Depending on the call, no. Offensive foul.
Now Colby Ross not happy with that call at all, but here we go. This is what I was talking about. When you get in this kind of foul trouble and you see the fouls start racking up and officials are looking at you, got to go straight up and straight down on that one. He went forward. If he goes straight up, straight down, that's not called.
At Spectrum, we think smart technology could be smarter. So the Spectrum mobile app watches your data for you and lets you switch between plans so saving is easy.
There's a reason why healthcare businesses come to Spectrum Reach when they need advertising that works. Because we uniquely combine the power and precision of TV plus streaming to deliver results for businesses of all sizes. That's how your business can reach anyone, anywhere, on any screen. Spectrum Reach is the most trusted media partner in America, and our local advertising experts are here to help grow your business. Go to SpectrumReach.com today and let us show you around the neighborhood.
Dave Fleming, Sean Farnham from Las Vegas. Quarterfinal action, Pepperdine and Santa Clara. The final spot in the semifinals on the line tonight. The last game of the night in college hoops. And Pepperdine with a strong surge here in the first part of the second half. Up 56-47 on the 7 seed, the Santa Clara Broncos. Colby Ross, who is now the all-time leading scorer in WCC tournament history with 19 more points tonight, did just get called for an offensive foul, though. So Santa Clara has the ball, down 9. Christian Carlisle all the way to lay it in.
Just keep attacking the paint. That's 32 points in the paint out of the 49 that they have in this game, Dave. I think that's so key for Santa Clara. Been talking about it the entire second half. Until Pepperdine shows you the ability to stop and contain you off the bounce, off the wing, you have to continue to attack. They have doubled up Pepperdine in the paint.
Offensive rebound for Edwards. Chukwuka shoots the three off of it. Brankic rebound.
Colby Ross is standing right next to him, wide open with his hands ready to catch and shoot. You got to give that one more pass and give it to Colby Ross.
Good ball movement there from Santa Clara, but that one was off the mark all the way from Keyshawn Justice, who's had a pretty quiet game. He's got 5 and is just 2 for 8 from the floor. Kessler Edwards three, good.
Edwards with the three. Colby Ross with his 10th assist, a double-double, 19 and 10 for Colby Ross. Kessler Edwards continues to be efficient and productive.
2 stars for Pepperdine tonight are playing like it, that's for sure. Brankic gets it back and then kind of lost where he was. Got his own miss with a foul.
Just staying with it, not giving up on the play, and burying your defender underneath the backboard. So even on the miss, there's nothing they can do. I mean, they're standing underneath the rim. You're in the position of power at that point in time to be able to get that back in your hands and to be able to finish.
First bucket of the second half for the Broncos' leading scorer. They still need a lot more. That was a big play from Josip. He misses that free throw, so he's missed some free throws too. Zedek. Edwards, tip wouldn't go. Bioha. Persistence on the board. I would tell you what, the offensive rebounding for Pepperdine has been a factor here.
Yeah, in particular in the second half, Dave, they only had 2 offensive rebounds in the entire first half. They have 6 here in the second half. Look at Kessler Edwards, by the way. One more rebound for him. He'll have a double-double at 19 and 10 as well.
10 minutes to go. You get 2 Pepperdine players who basically have double-doubles already.
Just phenomenal performance. Lorenzo Romar has to be very pleased overall. I think the one area he's going to be a little bit concerned on and harping on is the inability to keep Santa Clara out of the paint. And they have to down the stretch of this game. Very much still in play with 10 minutes left to go and a lot of free throws that could be attempted. You've got to shore up your paint.
Jalen Williams, no good. Brankic had the ball ripped away by Zedek. Here's Ross in transition where he's just so good. Got cut off and found his big man shooter for 3. Another assist for Colby Ross.
It's amazing to play with a guard that cares so much about winning and making the right basketball play.
He passes with his right, with his left. He passes downhill. He passes back uphill on a transition play.
Remember I talked about dribbling and what it does? It flattens out the defense. That's what flattening out the defense means. You start ball watching and you keep getting closer and closer to the basket. And as you get cut off and eventually you have to pick up your dribble, you reverse pivot, you find a shooter on the outside. It's going to be a long delayed closeout, and you just gave a free look to one of your teammates.
Josip Brankic, I mean, he's not a great free throw shooter, but he's a lot better than this. Double bonus for Santa Clara, and he's got a thing right now at the free throw line. This is not even close.
It's like watching you on the driving range sometimes.
No, it never happens. Mine looks a lot better than that.
You haven't seen me play golf.
0 for 4.
He is a 74% free throw shooter, your point, Dave, and 0 for 4 at the line, and every one of those is going to matter right now. As a team, Santa Clara is shooting 50% from the free throw line.
On the inbound play, Kessler Edwards, they left him open and he made him pay.
They caught him sleeping.
They did. On this end, the 3 look, no good. Pepperdine rebound. The Waves starting to pump this lead up. Edwards, he was making a move there. Williams came over with the help defense, got the block shot. Jalen Williams, what a move that was. It did everything but go down. Couldn't finish.
I go back to Kessler Edwards. What a second half Kessler Edwards has had. Get the ball in his hands.
Lorenzo Romar's got to get off the floor. What are you doing? I mean, come on. We love you, Coach, but you can't do that. No whistle. Zedek heaves. Air ball.
Dave, literally Colby Ross went to drive to that side of the floor, and he couldn't because his coach was on the floor. Hey, Lorenzo Romar's in it to win it. He's passionate. He wants to see him playing on Monday.
In conference tournaments, history always takes center stage. But this year, history shares the stage with something greater. Justice. United, we ball.
Hey, Corey, I hear you're starting your own bakery. How's it going?
There's a lot to do. We're focusing on online orders and deliveries, so I need reliable internet, but it's so expensive.
Doesn't have to be. Spectrum Business offers pricing made for small business budgets with no hidden fees.
But low prices means getting locked into a contract, right?
Not at Spectrum Business. They have no contracts ever.
That sounds pretty sweet.
And speaking of sweet,
there's a reason why healthcare businesses come to Spectrum Reach when they need advertising that works. Because we uniquely combine the power and precision of TV plus streaming to deliver results for businesses of all sizes. That's how your business can reach anyone, anywhere, on any screen. Spectrum Reach is the most trusted media partner in America, and our local advertising experts are here to help grow your business. Go to SpectrumReach.com today and let us show you around the neighborhood.
All right, I'm sorry. His Pepperdine Waves are playing well. He's one of the great people in college basketball. We love Lorenzo Romar, but we do have to ask the question, what on earth was going on the last possession for Pepperdine?
Look at Coach on the sideline. Everything's good. Okay, ball gets
fine.
in. Okay, he doesn't like the position on the floor. Give it up to Kobe Ross. Hey, I'm open. What are you guys doing? You can't. No, Coach, you can't ask them what they're doing. He wants them to move the ball. Move the ball. Oh, man. Come on. Lorenzo Romar was 8 feet out on the floor. He wanted that better spacing and better ball movement. There's no doubt about it.
His point guard almost walked right into him.
Coach was like, Coach, I was trying to come back to that side of the floor, but you were still there.
I've never quite seen it look exactly like that. He didn't even get a warning from the officials.
I think the officials were shocked.
That can't be the head coach.
Lorenzo wouldn't be out on the floor this far. That's got to be an offensive foul.
It is.
And the reason why I say that has to be an offensive foul is because it's the same call that we saw earlier in the game against Colby Ross as he drove to the lane. So if you're going to call it at one end, you just want to be consistent. That's the big thing for me. I mean, people talk about block charge. Is it a block? Is it a charge? Oh, wait, that clearly is a charge. But you want the call to be consistent. You want the officiating crew to call it the same way throughout the course of the game. Excellent job.
Pepperdine's really clamped down on Santa Clara's offense. The Broncos having a hard time on that end of the floor. Shadi Smith with his 4 fouls back in the game. He threw it to the sideline. No shooting numbers for Santa Clara. That's unusual for them. Mitchell hesitated, then hits the three. And they're going to check to make sure that was. Yes, what a pass. Basket good with a foul.
You're getting a little two-man game action. Drive the back line of the defense. You force the defense to have to shift over to you, and a nice drop-down pass here. Watch defense. You got the big switch. Two guys following the ball. You know, if there's two guys following you, that means the guy that set the screen, if he's rolling properly, is going to be wide open. Nobody goes with the roller. And part of that is communication at the defensive end of the floor. You've got to be able to get back and recover to yours. And if not, then you've got to take the roller. But that's just communication, and that was a breakdown in that possession for Santa Clara.
Ohia Obioha completes the three-point play. That's big for Pepperdine with under 7 minutes to go. The Waves have a 14-point lead. Biggest lead of the night. Christian Carlisle, no good. Vidic hesitated, then knocks down the three.
What a weapon he has become. And the confidence that has just grown throughout the course of this season. He's got 3 threes tonight. He's got 13 points. 3 guys in double figures. Vidic with a double-double. He's got 13 and 10. The defense, again, collapses in, and when you have a trailer that can shoot the ball like Vidic, it opens up everything for your guards.
Hey, Corey, I hear you're starting your own bakery. How's it going?
There's a lot to do. We're focusing on online orders and deliveries, so I need reliable internet, but it's so expensive.
Doesn't have to be. Spectrum Business offers pricing made for small business budgets with no hidden fees.
But low prices means getting locked into a contract, right?
Not at Spectrum Business. They have no contracts ever.
That sounds pretty sweet.
And speaking of sweet,
there's a reason why healthcare businesses come to Spectrum Reach when they need advertising that works. Because we uniquely combine the power and precision of TV plus streaming to deliver results for businesses of all sizes. That's how your business can reach anyone, anywhere, on any screen. Spectrum Reach is the most trusted media partner in America, and our local advertising experts are here to help grow your business. Go to SpectrumReach.com today and let us show you around the neighborhood.
Colby Ross, just an unbelievable career at Pepperdine, continues to make history. All-time leading scorer in program history, all-time leader in assists. Just a great feel, great awareness of how to make others better. And tonight, history once again was made for Colby Ross. Another accolade to throw on top. He is the all-time leading scorer in WCC tournament history. He broke a tie with Hank Gathers. He now has 190 points. A lot of Waves on this list. Dana Jones, one of them. Surprised Dennis Johnson's not on that list, the microwave.
Well, Hank Gathers, of course, who piled up so many points. And part of it is the way the tournament is bracketed each year, where you slide in and you play extra games. You know, so maybe it's not a perfect comparison, but you just think about all the great players in the history of this conference who played in this tournament, and Colby Ross has scored more points in the tournament than any of them.
Blake Stepp, and the one Gonzaga representative on that list. Man, Blake could really go. When I was an assistant coach at Pepperdine, and we went against that team with Blake Stepp and Dan Dickow, man, it was hard. They were hard to guard, as Jimmy Dykes would say, because they had guys all over the floor that could make plays. And Blake Stepp was a special, special player.
Not to interrupt your thought, because I totally agree, but what do you think is going on with Josip Brankic at the free throw line?
I think he's thinking about it. It's in his head. And now he finally breaks out of it. But you make one, and hopefully that allows you to be like, okay, I can do this. We're good to go. But sometimes when you get in a funk in your head and you're missing a couple of shots in a row, all of a sudden it starts messing with you.
They did, by the way, look at that three-pointer during the break, and the foot was on the line, so a point came off the board officially for Santa Clara. The official book had him at 54. It went down to 53. The free throw made it 54, but another bucket for Pepperdine. The Waves have their biggest lead, 18. Williams from the free throw line, good.
I'm very impressed with Pepperdine and their effort tonight. And for Santa Clara, you mentioned the lack of numbers and not a very deep team. You wonder how much the wear and tear of the last 2 nights has played on this team, in particular in the second half, where they're a little bit of a step slow at the defensive end of the floor. Their rotations aren't as crisp.
Yep, third game in 3 nights. And, no matter what you say about it, hey, these are young kids in great shape, it does take a little bit of a toll. Brankic fouled again. Good move against Kessler Edwards.
Dave, since the start of the season, though, they've only played 19 games.
It's true.
I mean, since the start of league, they've played 9 games. This is their third game in 3 nights.
Yep, big difference. All right, now he's feeling better at the line. Well, tomorrow, and some of you may be watching this, and it's later today, but the regular season finale in the Big 12, number 18 Texas Tech, number 3 Baylor, 4 Eastern on ESPN, and streaming live on the ESPN app. Great game.
I'll be in studio for that game. Only the true basketball fans are staying up with us. Late night, West Coast hoops, let's go. WCC tournament, nothing more fantastic.
No 40-point duel on both sides of this game, but it's still been an entertaining game, and Jan Zidek's been shooting the ball well. Had a good look that time. Santa Clara make one final push here. Carlisle, good. Maybe they can.
Well, if they're going to make a push, though, Dave, it starts at this end of the floor. Sustaining stops. Now, they've got a 6-0 run right now. How many more stops can you get in a row at this end of the floor? Can you keep Colby Ross, Kessler Edwards, Zedek away from their scoring zones?
Now they call a reach-in foul against Jalen Williams. So that means Colby Ross, all-time leading scorer in this tournament's history, will be at the free throw line when we come back. 3:55 to go.
That there are consequences for what you do.
Doctor? Race yourselves free.
Whoa. I'm gonna find out who did this.
You promise you won't do anything crazy?
You know I can't do that.
There's a reason why retail businesses come to Spectrum Reach when they need advertising that works. Because we uniquely combine the power and precision of TV plus streaming to deliver results for businesses of all sizes. That's how your business can reach anyone, anywhere, on any screen. Spectrum Reach is the most trusted media partner in America, and our local advertising experts are here to help grow your business. Go to SpectrumReach.com today and let us show you around the neighborhood.
ESPN's exclusive presentation of college basketball is brought to you by SoFi. Get your money right. From Las Vegas, WCC quarterfinals. Santa Clara Pepperdine.
I love Treasure Island. Have you been down to Treasure Island?
That's been a while. It's been a while.
They do the whole pirate thing out on the boat. I hope we get past COVID. Vegas comes back, gets that life back to it.
Yeah,
Pirates
you'll
are
find
swinging off
Farnham
the
at
ships
Senior
there.
Frogs. Yeah, that's where you can find him.
Double margarita. Our producer, Evan, he prefers the big plastic cups that you see people walking around town with.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, giant straw.
Yep.
That's kind of his
He's
scene.
like, who am I working with? Fleming and Farnham. Give me 2 of those things.
Colby Ross earns a second free throw. .355 to go. Winner takes on BYU. Gonzaga St. Mary's already lined up as the first semifinal matchup on Monday night.
If the score holds true, remember BYU and Pepperdine split their season matchups.
Two really close games. It's been a tight whistle in this second half.
To be honest, that wasn't a foul. That was not a foul. Johnny Smith is like, man, I'm out of here. 5 personal fouls.
If you're going to call that on me, I'm out.
Calling. We're good. We're going to the sideline. But
the other
there's
part about
frustration. And the frustration is, I mean, look, one of the things that Jody does really well is he competes and gets after at the defensive side. I mean, he came from St. Joe's High School up in the Bay Area, legendary high school that had Jason Kidd and guys like Ray Young. And you know, he was a very good defensive player, played with the Oakland Soldiers. So, man, I just don't think that was a foul. I'm just paraphrasing what he's saying.
11 points. Didn't play a lot of minutes because he was in such foul trouble in this game. And it also gives Santa Clara a chance to score without the clock moving. So the lead is 12. Pepperdine definitely in control of this one. Vidic, kind of a tough runner, no good.
That's not a great shot. I like him with his feet set, catching, shooting those three-point shots. That one's really high degree of difficulty.
Big shot here for Williams. It goes down, and we got a ball game. It's single digits, down to 9 with 3:10 to go. Ross over to Polk, who left his feet and threw it away. That's a Pepperdine turnover.
Don't leave your feet to jump in the air and make a negative pass. It's bad enough if you're trying to make a positive pass, which means going towards your basket. But when you jump in the air and throw the ball towards your opponent's basket, more often than not, bad things will happen.
Tell you what, a bucket here for Santa Clara, and this game's going to feel different. Pressure is going to start to build on the Waves.
I'd go to number 30. Get the ball in Caruso's hands again.
Brankic found Williams. 3 is good. Jordan Williams. 6-point game.
Santa Clara was 1 for 13 from 3 until it hit its last 2.
I mean, they were down 18, 3.5 minutes ago? 3 minutes ago? Something like that.
Dave, this is why America stays up late with us.
Shot clock winding down. Now Colby Ross going to have to get up a tough shot. It airballed, I thought. Yeah, it did. Shot clock violation. And the Broncos can cut into the lead even more. Amazing.
And Pepperdine hasn't scored in the last 2+ minutes. And Colby Ross over helping there. I mean, you want to shrink the floor, that's fine. But he was so deep there on Rankovic that he just gave it all up.
Here's Williams, the dish. Brankic flung one up, got his own miss, and draws the foul. Hits the floor hard. But 2 big free throws coming up for the Santa Clara Star, who has had a rough night at the free throw line, but these are huge.
Rankic seen a couple go down here at the free throw line now. What you need to do is settle yourself down. You knock both these down. It's a 4-point game with 1 minute and 30 seconds. You don't have to foul on this next possession. You want us to see if you can get a stop and come back down. But after that next stop, you're going to have to foul and elongate this game out a little bit.
Ohia Obioha just fouled out for Pepperdine. So that's the second Waves player now to foul out in this one. Wow, amazing how it was 72-54 with 5:42 to go.
That's this Broncos team, though. I mean, they have offensive weapons, Dave, and you watch them and they see them in these spurts. Like, man, this team, they've got something to it.
Way short on that one. Even with that, it's been a 15-2 run. You're right. You're right. The Santa Clara has not been good at the free throw line. Shot clock under 10. Colby Ross has it.
He had Kessler Edwards on the lob and didn't give it to him.
Missed the shot. Rebound Santa Clara. All right, they got their stop. 1 minute to go. Broncos ball down 5. We can't waste a ton of time here. Over the top, the catch, and a foul. The basket didn't go for Vrancic, who's, man, he's hit the floor a couple times in the last couple minutes.
And now you got to wonder how much those free throws are in his mind. He is 4 of 10 from the foul line.
Yeah, and you said it. It almost felt like, okay, he was over that. He made 3 or 4 in a row. And then that last one a moment ago was woefully short.
Regardless of what happens here, though, I'm fouling if I'm Santa Clara.
Man. Just inexplicable for a guy who's such a good player, has been for years for Santa Clara.
And you can see it's wearing on him. It's like the yips. It is like the yips. You know, if you're a golfer, you understand what I'm talking about. I'm not a great golfer, so every time I swing the club, I feel like I've got the yips. But you know, in this game and this time of year, you've got to be able to make the most of it when you get to the free throw line. And Santa Clara has just left a lot of points on the floor tonight.
I mean, it's going to be painful. Literally, they were down 18 with 5.5 minutes to go, basically, and have gone on this great tear, made a bunch of big plays. But if they don't finish the comeback, these missed free throws are ultimately going to be the difference, and that's going to be a tough pill to swallow for Herb Zendek's team, and especially for Josip Vrancic, he's just had a terrific career with the Broncos, and it's in his head right now. There's no doubt about that.
If I'm him, by the way, I'm not standing at the line like he is. You see how long he's standing at the line? Like, the players aren't even back out on the floor. I'm walking around. I'm freeing up my mind and clearing my head, and then I will step to the line when I'm ready to shoot.
He got that one to go. All right, so he checks out
immediately here.
Yeah,
I foul
4-point game.
Here. I want to try to make this game as long as possible. If I can get a steal, you get a steal. If not, you're going to look to foul.
Colby Ross. Wow. They called a foul there. I thought he just tripped. He also could have hurt himself. I'm glad to see him get up. But was there contact? Did I miss that? Okay.
A little bit of contact on that right foot as he kicked it out, and he went up to try to get that ball back in. And Colby Ross goes to the free throw line. And Colby Ross, an 84% free throw shooter. He's 8 of 8 on the game. This is not the person you want to send to the line.
No. Jordan Williams fouled out. Colby makes the first of 2. Now 2.
One thing Pepperdine does really well is shoot free throws. They can knock down free throws with the best of them in the country, and that's the difficult part when you get into a moment like this.
Top 15 free throw shooting team in college basketball. Long 3, and that one's too strong. Long rebound for Williams. Right back to Justice, another try. He missed another one, and that may do it, although that was a dangerous pass. Ross got the catch. He's fouled. Santa Clara had some great looks there. If one of those two goes down, you're talking about big-time pressure on the Waves. Instead, it's Colby Ross back to the free throw line.
An opportunity to really ice this game right here at the free throw line. 23 points, 12 assists, 3 double-doubles, by the way, for Pepperdine in the game. You have 23 and 12 for Ross, 21 and 10 for Edwards, and Zedek has 13 and 10. That's remarkable.
Made them both. No shock. 8-point lead for Pepperdine. Looking like they're going to survive the last minute push from Santa Clara. Vrankich running 3. Tap back rebound. Another try for Justice. Still can't find the mark for him. Been a super frustrating game. Williams off to the side. Rebound Pepperdine, Kessler Edwards. And Santa Clara is going to back off and not foul. Pepperdine's going to advance to the semifinals and a matchup with the number 2 seed BYU. 78-70 the final score. Lorenzo Romar, Herb Sendek say goodnight to one another.